Have you ever been invited to a party and you're thinking to yourself, I can't go to this party, I'm not fancy enough? That is a situation I find myself in right now. I'm Lori here at K-Love. I have been invited to go to the set of The Chosen. The problem is I have never seen an episode of The Chosen. I've just never watched it. If I'm really honest, maybe I would say I thought I would be bored.
Blasphemous.
But I have got my work cut out for me in the next 3 days. Got to be able to cram like I was back in college, watch every single episode that I can so that when I show up, I've got some basis of understanding. But I will give you my honest reaction and I invite you to come along for the ride. I guess it's a risk. Like I might show up and I might watch a lot of episodes and I was right. Like I am bored. This is going to be a race to the finish line. I am about to start the marathon of all marathons. I'm about to start episode 1. And so we've got the snacks, we've got the drinks, and we are going to be on a mission. It is crunch time. I have got 2 days to cram as many episodes as I can. I'm watching it on my phone. I'm watching on my lunch breaks, even watching as I'm getting ready in the morning for work. I feel very confident that I will see all of the episodes for season 1 before I get down there. I do not feel as confident that I will sleep. We are on the way to the airport, and I need to cram in probably at least 2 episodes on the plane. Nobody can say I was not dedicated to the task at hand. Here's the thing, I think I probably said this at the beginning, that I don't know the words. I don't really know what I'm feeling, if I'm really honest, and I feel this pressure to say the right things or to be able to wrap it all up with a bow and say, oh, this is my conclusion. And I feel like that would be disingenuous to this journey. I know that I have been deeply touched by the storytelling that I see here in The Chosen. I know that as I watch an episode and then I go to sleep, I think more about Jesus. I think more about their experiences, and that's a good thing.
In the van right now with all the other press friends that I'm making on our way to set. We're going to get sit-down interviews, and then we get to go see all the things. I don't know, I was just getting in my head about prep, so I just want to have conversations. I'm curious about the journey, for these actors. They're filming season 5. I just did season 1. There's so much for me to get caught up on.
I guess too, like the pressure that I feel is that I'm supposed to be able to know exactly how I feel and have these profound things to say, and then these profound questions are going to come from it. My nerves were through the roof. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because I'd never done this before. I had written everything down in the notebook of the things that I wanted to ask, but I knew me. I wasn't going to look at the notebook. I think I'm probably just really tired. That's probably where all these tears are coming. I'm just tired. So I was nervous, and I brought all that into the room. But then I reminded myself, Lo, just breathe. You got this.
Hey, Lori, you can go in now.
Well, I have not watched an episode since a week ago.
So you've only seen season 1 of The Chosen?
Just season 1.
Have you got a lot of catching up to do?
So much.
When did you come in to this game?
A week ago.
Oh, what? Yes, good.
Oh, this is fresh.
It was so inspiring to hear and to see the heart behind all of the people, all of the actors that bring these characters to life. For you, Elizabeth, that very first scene that I'm still rattling around in my heart, when Nicodemus comes to you and the line is, "You have no power here." Oof. Like, how did that line sit with you, or did it at all?
Saying you have no power here, that may mean lots of different things to other people, but for me it was, Mary's not even here at this moment, which is such a difference from when Jesus heals her and he speaks to her and calls her by her name. And that's the difference.
The amount of preparation and the research that they have poured into their roles is absolutely extraordinary. It's just so clear that every detail, every moment on this set is this beautiful reflection of the care and passion of all of these individuals.
Thank you for your questions. These are amazing.
Yes.
I can't wait for you to see the rest of this.
I do. I'm so
excited.
It was very felt when you were on set that there was a community, there was a unity of all of the teams, from the crew to the actors, and I felt that everybody had that same sense of holding the story with a preciousness and an honor. In every detail of this set, you could feel the passion. I mean, you could see the dedication that they have put in, the blood, the sweat, the tears. The set designer is explaining to us where he's getting the inspiration about the paintings and the decor, which is fascinating. It's kind of like a whole nother character on the set of The Chosen, because it feels real. It feels like you're there. From the set to the wardrobe to the props, it has been crafted and selected with amazing care.
Season 4 is still coming out, still releasing while we are filming season 5. We've got 15 days left of shooting, but no one's counting except for me every single day.
Being on set and hearing the stories and listening to the creators, there was a moment, it all hit me. I just found myself really emotional and kind of overwhelmed. And it felt like, for me, in the last number of years, walking through trauma, one of the ways that I've survived is that I've just kind of numbed myself. So to sit down in front of this story that they had made, Jesus just came to life in the most wonderful, grandest, kindest, most gentle. Even watching just the first season, it was such a sweet and gentle reminder of God's kindness to me. And it made me stop and think about everything that I have been walking through lately. So a couple weeks ago, I was invited to go down and see The Chosen. And I had to admit, I had never seen any of the episodes before. I did not anticipate these weeks later being able to stand here and tell you why I absolutely have been missing out. And I love The Chosen story now. So to give you a bit of context, for the last 3 years, I have been walking through the heartbreak of my marriage ending and walking through divorce.
Jesus sees you and sees past the barriers, the pain, the traits that we kind of hold on to protect us from more pain.
By God's grace, I have been walking one day at a time, one step at a time. But I think as I've been in just this survival mode, and I think in that survival mode, I've just kind of numbed myself. And maybe I've even numbed myself to God.
And I think that an important theme of this entire show is that, yes, there is sweetness. Yes, there is joy and victory and hope and all of those things, but it's mixed in with some pain.
I've just been in survival mode for so long that to sit down and to watch this depiction of Jesus, seeing the humanity of Jesus, his love, the way that he looks at his people and connects that people, I am known by God.
In every act of surrender, you're forced to reconcile with your own ego and humility.
But how many people have watched this, and because of this show, it has started something in them. They're like, I have to know this Jesus.
All we care is that one person being impacted by the content, and that gives us the fuel that we need to endure all the other fiery darts that come at us.
There's a joy that God has brought back to me, and it's through the storytellers at The Chosen. So, yeah, that has been my experience, and I'm so thankful for the men and women that have brought this story to life. And admittedly, I am a hashtag binge Jesus. That's a thing. If you start with episode number 1, you will quickly find out what that means.